Okay, welcome back everyone. Welcome to a new trading week. This is Jeff here with FXMindshift, and this is your Sunday weekly review. So just a quick overview of what's going on this week in terms of economic events. Worth noting that we are closing out the month of October, and we are starting a new month, right? So on Friday, it's going to be the 1st of November, and first Friday of month means NFP. So we've got NFP on Friday. That's going to be the big high impact news this week that we need to pay attention to. But at the start of the week, as you can see, nothing on Monday here, but Tuesday, we've got a couple of red folders in the New York session. So 10 a.m. for USD, we've got CB consumer confidence, we've got JOLTS job openings. Wednesday, we've got a couple of red folders, one for Euro here, and also in the USD, we have the preliminary non-farm employment change folder. This isn't going to give us as high impact as the one on Friday, because obviously the Friday one is the one that's more important. Okay, we also got advanced GDP here for USD at 8:30, and then Thursday, we've got a couple of New York folders as well for USD, core PCE price index, employment cost index, and then the unemployment claims folder, which we have every week, right? So just a quick rundown. NFP is going to be the highlights. We're going to see what happens and what leads up to NFP this week and what the result is afterwards, of course. But let's take a look at our charts. We're going to go over to our DXY chart and the monthly, so we can start our top-down analysis as we always do. So checking out the monthly chart, you can see we're currently still in this monthly consolidation, right? This month, as you can see, has been very bullish as we're closing out the month. I mean, the last few weeks have been very bullish, and you can see we're basically going to be ending the month bullish, likely ending the month bullish. Of course, anything can happen, especially with NFP Friday, but we should see, the month close out bullish here, which means that, we're trading into this, monthly OB, and we could see a reaction at this level here, at the start of, next month. So we triggered the month, going into, November with NFP, and then maybe there's a reaction to the OB there, and then we'll see something occur in November. But remember, these are monthly candles, so these are going to take a while to play out. But, as it stands, looking at just the monthly perspective, we can see that we're still inside of this consolidation, and I would expect price to continue to consolidate in this range until we break out. And you can see the range liquidity being formed outside of the range here. So likely going to be targeting either the low here or the high, whichever direction it decides to break out when it does. All right, but we're ending the month bullish, so we're going to close and expect the continuation into the new month bullish as well. Let's go over to the weekly chart. Now, if we go over to the weekly and put on the weekly markups here, we can see that we're still inside of the weekly range, the high and low here. Okay, so that kind of corroborates what we're seeing on the monthly, of course, being inside of that big range. We had just taken out the internal low here, and we rejected the extreme low, like the swing low, and the OB, and the reaction has been rather bullish, right? So the last few weeks have been very bullish, and we will continue to see bullish momentum. I'm going to be looking to target the OB at the top here of the range, but likely we could even see price, break out of the range from this push. So, but this is going to be the target, or at least going to be the objective, reaching up into the 105 and 105.50 regions, right? And continuing to see bullishness, going into the next month. If we drop down to the daily chart, okay, we can see that the daily is also very bullish. We can see very, very small pullbacks, right? But nothing too major, so everything is still in the upwards momentum. We just saw price come down here into the previous range order block here and the imbalance, and give us a bullish reaction. You can see the bullish candle that we left off with on Friday. So, even though we are trading back into, a premium range here, and we would likely see a reversal here or a swing high formed. Okay, want to see how the week opens, how we end up the week, and also, of course, at the end of the week, NFP, how we close the week, because certainly the momentum here is still very much to the upside. So if we do continue to the upside, we'll probably see the week start off with some kind of manipulation to the lows, and then making its way back to the upside afterwards. If we go to the 4-hour chart, okay, you'll see this a little bit more clearly, and what I'm actually getting at here is that we have quite a nice reaction to the H4 OB down here, right, at the bottom of this range. So this bullish candle here, right, is basically signaling continued bullishness, continued momentum. So I'm looking for the high to break here. So this high is at 104.57, let's call it 104.60. And so I want to see price reach up into that 105 region, you know, and break this high. All right, so look to see if we get a continuation this week, and then of course the end of the week, you know, with NFP that could certainly shake things up and change things, but we'll see if we get the continuation for DXY. So bullish DXY this week, right? At least at the start of the week, we're going to be expecting the continued momentum. Let's go over to euro dollar. Right, so from a monthly perspective on euro dollar, okay, we can see that we are also inside of this consolidation range. Okay, price is broken above the high, the internal high here. We've gotten a very nice rejection, and contrasting with DXY, we can see that euro has given us a bullish month, or a bearish month, I'm sorry, right? So likely going to be closing bearish here at the end of the month, right? We've traded down into this monthly OB, the bullish OB down here, okay? So we've still got quite a bit of room to break the level, right? To actually officially make it, you know, a change of character and a reversal, right? So we still could see price holding this bullish OB here. So we want to see how far down, how much further down we go, you know, retesting the OB here. So, again, like I said, it's a monthly perspective, right? So obviously these candles take a while to play out, but as it is right now, we have full on bullish, I keep saying bullish, I'm sorry, bearish momentum and bearish order flow. So if we go down to the weekly chart, okay, we can see that if price is going to turn around and continue to be bullish here, this is really the last area that should hold for a bullish reaction. So this is the last higher low, which initiated this move up, which gave us the break of this internal structure here. Okay, so the retest of that area and the OB here should give us a higher low, right, and go upwards. But we don't see any of that just yet. Everything is still, you know, falling to the downside. So we want to see if we'll get the reaction here, but we're going to be expecting the continuation down, right, into this level here, and then we can look for some kind of reaction. If we trade straight through the level, then of course, you know, we know that the order flow is going to remain bearish, and then we're going to look for continuations to the downside. All right, so let's drop to the daily chart and let's kind of confirm what we're looking at there. So on the daily, as you can see, large, you know, bullish move, or large bearish move. I keep saying bullish. I'm sorry, guys. Large bearish moves to the downside. Okay, we have the reaction here to the last kind of bullish candle, right, which is the bearish OB, and that's the reaction we're getting to the downside here. Even though we've crossed below, right, so you can see we've dipped below here, below the low, we didn't get a candle break below that low. So the wick move below is manipulation, and then we can see the reaction that we got to the upside here. Now, initially, you know, based on this bullish candle, I was expecting to see a little bit higher retracement up into this range. But the reaction that we got here following was pretty bearish. So, you know, looking to see if we get the close below the level here from this move, or if we don't actually make it below yesterday's or Friday's low here, then that could still, you know, make its way back up, and we should get another, you know, retracement back up. So if we go to the 4 hour, we can take a look at what the 4 hour is showing us. Based on the structure on the 4 hour and the, you know, what we saw on Friday, we left off here, we got a bearish change of character to the downside after a very large engulfing move. This came up and took out the highs here, although it did so just barely. I mean, if you take a look at the price level on the highs here, this is 108.377 at that tip of the wick there, and this came up and just swept that level at 108.39, so about a pip above, and then we saw this big move to the downside. So if we continue in the order flow, I mean, this should be the next lower high, and then we should see price, you know, trade through the order block here and go through and give us a new break of structure. But because, you know, we got that change of character level here, there is also a possibility we get a bounce here, right? So I want to see where we get a reaction within this OB level here, and if we do, otherwise, if we trade straight through the level, then we're just going to continue with the order flow and look for, you know, continued bearish setups. All right, so that is for EU, and let's go over to GU next here. All right, so from a monthly perspective, we can see GU has reached a key level here and given us a fairly decent reaction, right? So we can see a very bearish engulfing monthly candle. Okay, so if we close the month bearish here, then there's a very good chance that this reaction is valid and that we'll see continuation down from there, right, down to the bullish OB here. So if we do get that bearish close, right, then look for the continuation to follow the following month. And that high will be established, right? So if we go down to the weekly chart, we'll see further confirmation of that, because on the weekly, we have our weekly change of character, right? So we saw the engulfing candle come down, and then the subsequent weeks following, we came down and we took out that low, okay, which brought us above this high. So, you know, of course, looking to trade down and fill the rest of these imbalances here. We also have, you know, the order block at the bottom of the range, but I'll be looking for, you know, continued bearishness here, and there's still plenty of room, you know, till we get to this level here where we might see a reaction. So, looking for the continuation down on the weekly. If we go to the daily chart, right, we can also see that daily is continued bearish momentum. We have a break of the structure. Okay, and continuation after that. So the pullback here, looking to see if we'll get a pullback into possibly the daily OB. Looks like we've already gotten a move into the bottom of that, right? So there could be already a reaction happening, but trading back into the daily OB here, right? We can see that there is a reaction from that, and then price is moving down. So if we go to the 4 hour, we can see just a little bit closer that relationship there. So we've got the high and the low, right? We have price just peaking above that level there for a sweep of liquidity, and then a very nice shift and a move to the downside. So the bullish change of character here negated with the bearish one here. Okay, and then we should see price now continuing down, at least down here to the H4 OB. Now, I don't know, just like with EU, if we're going to get a bounce here, and if this is, you know, a reversal condition, then price will bounce here, and we'll get, you know, the second leg of this W here, and then we'll continue up with a reversal. But based on the order flow and based on the structure right now, this is just a liquidity sweep. We didn't get a break of structure. So, you know, I'm treating that as a sweep of liquidity, and I'm looking for price now to continue down and break the low, right? And then continue with the order flow. So either way, we'll look to see if price continues down to this level here. So we'll look for continued shorts in the start of the week, and then coming down here to this level, then we'll look at the reactions that we get. All right, so that is GU. Next, we've got gold. Now, if you look at gold, I mean, it's just been the unstoppable force, right? So the momentum on this is extremely bullish. We've already crossed, you know, all-time highs many times. We've never, you know, seen price this high for gold, and it just keeps climbing, right? So you're not really going to want to be standing in front of this kind of momentum, especially when the monthly looks like this, right? So we're going to close another month bullish. And, you know, there's no reason to think that we can't, you know, just keep going higher. So the next levels up here are 2,800, which is right around the corner, 2,900. And I think we're probably, you know, reaching for that 3,000 mark on this, or at least, you know, just before the 3,000. So, you know, you do not want to be trying to short this, all right? I know a lot of you guys out there are speculating on when this is going to turn around and when we're going to get this reversal, because it makes sense, right? I mean, we've gone very high. We've gone to levels where we should, you know, be looking at some kind of big reversal. But, you know, like I said, would you want to stand in front of a moving train? There's no amount of, you know, there's nothing here that says that this is going to reverse. So you're just speculating at this point whether it's going to reverse or not, but you need to see some confirmation, right? So it's definitely not showing us that on the monthly. On the weekly, also, right? All bullish candles. You can see we left off the end of the week here bullish, although it's a smaller candle, of course, but you know, it's not even showing, you know, strong pullbacks here on the weekly. So everything is still, you know, bullish to the upside. Let's go to the daily. Right, and the daily is the same basically. Now we do have you know, a swing high formed here, but you can see you know, as we left off on Friday here, the last movement here was just about to take out this high. So I still think that we're going to be looking to continue the run above, right, and the run higher. We'll see probably a retracement, you know, after we take this high. I don't know how, you know, much of a retracement that'll be, but I'm still going to be looking for bullish setups, you know, going into the week, right? Until we get, you know, some kind of big shift or a big change of character on the daily or the 4 hour. All right. So the 4 hour here, we got a change of character, but it was a wick, all right, break. And now you can see the reaction here that should have given us a lower high, and this right kind of shoulder for the head and shoulders did not and was not able to break that low. So the, you know, response from the reaction here and the bullish candles moving to the upside, I'm, you know, fully expecting price to take out that high next here. Now, of course, that could change when the week starts, and of course we have NFP at the end of the week, right? So just based on what it looks like right now, I would say that, you know, expect the high to get broken here and for price to continue, you know, climbing for gold, right? Do not try to short this here at this point in time. Wait until you get a clear signal, clear confirmation before you try to stop the moving train. All right. And so that is gold. Let's go over to NASDAQ. Okay, and NASDAQ on the monthly also still showing signs of bullishness, right? We haven't been able to take out this high, which is a good sign. We're coming very, very close to it though, you know, on the return. So, you know, I still expect the high to be broken, of course, because we're still, you know, bullish in the order flow. But, you know, if in turn we do get, you know, some kind of reaction here at the high, you know, we'll see that on the lower time frames first. But as it is right now on the monthly, this is still very bullish, and I would expect price to continue rolling higher. 22,000 here is, you know, a target, obviously. 21,000 is going to be the first target. But, you know, if it does break beyond 21K, then 22 is next, right? I don't see it being any different than gold. We certainly could see much higher than that, and it could, you know, continue to rally. So, again, this seems a little bit more in terms of, you know, bearishness. It seems a little bit more likely, but, you know, until we see some stronger confirmations, I would not advise going against the grain here. If we go to the weekly chart, okay, we can see on the weekly, right, we are getting a nice reaction here at the high. It looks like a nice little spinning doji candle here, like showing some weakness, and price is kind of tapering off here with the bullishness. So there certainly is a strong chance that we see price drop off here. But as I said, until we see the actual shift or the actual move, I would not consider this bearish just yet, right? The high is still right there. You know, it still could, you know, be pausing just to kind of, you know, give a strong push to the upside. And as we've seen, right, even if we get a strong pullback here, it does not mean that we are reversing. Every single time we've pulled back here, we haven't had a change of character. We haven't been able to follow through on any of these pullbacks. So this is the early stages of a pullback. We don't even see a big move yet. And even if we do get a big move, there's no guarantee that that's going to continue. All right. So eventually, you know, we will have that, but this isn't it. Right. So obviously not yet. If we go to the daily chart, okay, and we take a look at the daily, we go to the daily markups here, okay, we can see that we are respecting and we are trading into that daily OB at the top of the range, okay, and we did get a wick. However, we did close bullish here with that wick here. And, you know, as I said, it just doesn't look like it's ready to turn around just yet until we see some more clear signs. Maybe we will get that at the start of the week or, you know, by NFP. But as of right now, this is still very, very bullish to me, and I would continue to look for, you know, bullish setups through these highs going into next week. All right. Lastly, we go into the 4-hour chart here. Okay. This is a real, you know, good indication that we're getting some sort of reversal. We have wicks at the top end and the bottom end of this range. Okay. Note that we did get above this high. However, we did not close above the high. It was just a big wick through the level here. So that to me is still manipulation. And, you know, we got a big bearish candle down here. So I would expect some, you know, retracement into the range at the very least. Okay. But as I said, I'm not fully sold on this being, you know, a reversal just yet. So I would look for shorts down into the bottom of this range. Okay. Into the discount of the range here. I'm going to mark off the range like this. All right. And I would be looking for continued bearishness down to the consolidation here. So we've got the OB, and this was the last sweep at the bottom that, you know, kind of pushed this up here. So I'm going to just mark this entire range here. All right. It's kind of at the equilibrium of this range here, but this is where I'd expect the first bounce to occur. So if we can look for shorts, you can have, you know, this much room to work with to look for shorts down to this level, and then seeing if we get a reaction here or, you know, down to the wick, right, would be pretty much fair game for me to continue to look for bullish setups. Right. So essentially I'm looking for something like this, where price comes down here into the discount, gives us a lower high, and then continues up through the previous high. All right. And that should be the outlook for this coming week. NFP is the wild card. Of course, something could happen, you know, between now and the end of the week. But as it stands, this is how I see the market open. All right. So if you have any questions, guys, let me know. I'll be happy to answer anything. If you guys have not yet, I always encourage you guys to join our free membership, where you guys will get access to these reviews on Sunday firsthand before I post them up on the YouTube channel. Of course, if you want to wait a little bit longer, you can wait and get them on the YouTube channel as well. But, you know, the free content, is also, you know, included with the membership. You'll get some tutorials and videos and other free resources on helping you with your trading. So that is recommended. If you guys are interested in joining the VIP, that is also an option. Once you join the free membership, you'll have the option to upgrade, and then you'll get the daily analysis from me and the VIP membership stuff, and also you know, the weekly trainings and the Zoom sessions that we do to help you further along your progress. But aside from that, guys, that's going to do it for this week. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. Enjoy the rest of your week. Good luck with your trades, and we will see you guys on the next video.
Feel me.